Hi dear friends, I'm here to record a video, and that will not be my usual video of coaching, but rather a video of reflection on a moment that has just transpired. Today is the 22nd of March of 2024. Today I have received an offer for my practicum and internship. So happy about it. I wanted to share that moment with you because that is not something that happens every day, and that I want to reflect upon and to outline to you what it was, what kind of journey I was on, to share with you what it was. And maybe so there is this channel on YouTube of a girl who is like reflecting, well, not a girl, a woman, professional woman who is reflecting on her journey doing mental health counseling program in Florida, which is a very beautiful channel with a lot of useful and interesting tips. And also it's also kind of sort of useful to the person to see how you go through things in life, even if you are not a mental health counseling student yourself, right? So, not saying I'm doing anything like that. She's also much more fluent in her speech than I could ever be. But nevertheless, sort of inspired by this particular forum to also reflect a little bit on my journey as a mental health counseling student. Now, some of you know that I've already been in school, in and out of school for the entirety of my life, probably like this endless dance back and forth, trying to graduate and never graduating. I mean, it's a joke. I graduated from every program that I ever enrolled into. And this particular program was different because, of course, what brought me there, what was like the initial push, is that intense pain that I saw a lot of people experiencing and myself experienced at the time of the Russian full-scale invasion of Ukraine. So I had this idea that this observation that there is a lot of trauma, a lot of PTSD, but also a lot of vicarious trauma that is like not that vicarious, meaning the trauma that you might not observe yourself, but you still get it because you are a witness of it due to social media. But that's more than that, you see, because of course the place where the war unfolds, the places where it unfolds, these are the places intimately familiar to me and to a lot of people who shared their private personal history either with Russia or with Ukraine or both. So intense pain, right? And because of this pain and because of differences in opinions, as I was already mentioning in some of my videos, people would also suffer, like the connections will suffer between people. Like, of course, it was a shock, and it still is a shock that Russia would do that to begin with, that Russia would invade, that Russia will bomb cities, peaceful Ukrainian cities, that so many people in Russia will try to whitewash these war crimes and explain them away and try to bring some sort of ground for that to be happening. So that was my initial push into mental health counseling. I was like, trying at first to maybe think through some sort of a program of de-imperialization of the Russians, like a program that would probably include some sort of decolonizing texts for them to read, like from, I don't know, from Said to Fanon, to kind of enlighten people that there is a colonial, imperial, um, drive that is behind this war, right? From Russia, from the part of Russia. But it's like such a ambitious plan. It's like a plan for many, many years, and I felt that the help is needed more urgently. And that route that I took, it's still a minimum of 2 years of masters in mental health counseling. It's also not a short time, but it was something that for me it was like, okay, I can actually bring some help to the actual people who are going right now through this. Now, of course, the reality is that I might not have that many clients in the end of it, or that many patients, that many conversationalists, I would say, who went through the trauma of war in particular. So I might end up, using my skills for the benefit of different populations, but I felt that I will bring a lot of help to people. And while I was kind of on this journey and while I was admitted to this program and started my studies in the fall of 2023, I moved to a different state, which was like a big event, of course, and the program is fully online, which allowed me to continue it. But I was in a different state, in a state where my program doesn't have that many connections yet. I mean, it will after I graduate, hopefully. But I was trying to find an internship for myself. And as you know, the mental health counselors, they do one practicum and two internships. I mean, that takes a whole year of practice. And even though there are so many opportunities here in New York, and I was invited to a number of interviews, I encountered some difficulties. For instance, my program asks for the recordings of the sessions. The program asks for 3 recordings of those sessions throughout that year, each for one semester. And I figured that it's not actually that common here in New York. And I mean, of course, the universities have the laboratories with which people have access to those laboratories, but I wasn't about to get access to those laboratories. I asked, and people were like, you need to submit your documents to enroll in our master's program, and I was already like half through mine, and maybe then we will give you the access to those laboratories. So I'm very like ungenerous, and that's my personal experience. Somebody might have other experiences, but I did have some um, like offers, but these people were not willing to record those sessions for me for the purposes of education, which is fine because there is a real tension here. Of course, as a client, you might potentially not want your session with a therapist to be recorded. However, again, as a client, you might also be interested in your student therapist to acquire more skills, and they would do it more efficiently if those sessions were to be recorded and they were watched by teaching professors who are also mental health counselors, professionals, and who are bound by the rules of confidentiality. They aren't going to use that information against you in any way. They are going to provide their students with the feedback and give them that feedback so that they can improve. So there are cons and pros of whether or not you allow recordings, but that got to the point where I was like, I feel like I will not find a place for my internship. And if I don't find a place for my internship, I would probably not be able to finish my program. However, today, I got the offer for my practicum and internship. I'm so excited. I'm going to acquire a noise producing machine that will be standing near the door, and so that nobody else can hear what is going on, what conversation is unfolding. And the person who interviewed me, this mental health professional, a therapist, I had such relief talking to him. You know, a good therapist, when you talk to a good therapist and they actually hear you and they like let you speak and they let you know that they understand what you're talking about, which is like something that therapists are being taught. Like there is a bunch of techniques that allows you to show to people that you're listening to them and stuff like that. So it's just so exciting. It's so exciting. I'm anticipating to be working with a number of populations, and that's adolescents, adults, and older people, and on issues that I'm also passionate about, which would be trauma and PTSD. And I'm anticipating to be perfecting my skills on those theories that I really, really liked and that are very interesting to me, which is CBT, solution focused brief therapy, um, and EMDR, this fantastic thing when you desensitize yourself to certain memories and to certain traumas through the movement of your eyes and through the kind of reproduction, recharge of those, I'm guessing what's called like neurons in your brain. It's just fascinating. Everybody now wants to do that, and I will have the opportunity to pick it up. Imagine that. That's just fantastic. That's completely fantastic. So that's where I am right now. I'm certainly hoping that if you are going through something similar, that also solves very propitious, how to say it, propitiously, is that even the word? It solves very like favorably to you. And thank you guys for being with me on my journey. Thank you for enduring my rants. I love you. Bye bye. And write me a comment and like my video.